Hi guys, Andy May here. Welcome back to the channel. So it is time for me to hop on a project pan. I've kind of slacked off, haven't really actively gotten one. There is one that is going to require a little more work entailed, a lot of editing so that I don't get any copyright issues, that kind of thing. So that one is going to be delayed. I'll probably honestly start that one at the beginning of the year. I know we're only in September of 2017 and I'm already thinking about projects for 2018, but that's just a project panner's mind, I would assume. But I've kind of slacked off. I do have a little 5 project that is part of Isabel Thornton's makeup challenge for September. So those 5 items are going to get thrown into this project so that I can still finish them up by the end of the year if I don't finish them by the end of September. And we're halfway into September. So some of them I'm not so sure I will finish. So I'm going to throw them all in together. I have 18 items that I'd like to finish by 2018. Some are in my use up of 2017. I'll just go ahead and get into the product. I'm not going to be super precise with this one as far as making sure I make my markings and keep a paper with the lines. I'm just not going to do it this time. I may mark it with a Sharpie so we can see where I initially started, and I'll give you like monthly updates until the end of the year, or at least until I have good enough progress to share with you. I just feel like I want to get back into panning some of my items and kind of moving some stuff out that's not as important to me anymore. So first, we're going to start with the base. So I have the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. This is kind of a silicone-y face primer similar to that of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I've had this one, out of all the primers that I have, this is the one that I've had the longest. So I'd like to just use it up, move it out. I like it fine enough. And the other primer that I have that I'm working on is the Benefit Professional. This is the one that I got for my birthday from Ulta. I have been using it, I mean, fair enough. I do only use this one in my larger pore areas and on my chin, and then I put this one everywhere else because I like primer all over my face. I know that's not necessarily what you need it for, but I personally prefer it because I have dry, patchy stuff everywhere. So these two are going to go in. I'm not sure how I'll mark this one. I'll see if I can figure something out for it, but this one will be fairly simple with a tube. I know that I can finish these by the end of the year. I'm amazing at like primers, foundations, powders, that kind of thing. I'm good at moving out because it's your base, so it's easy. Next, and I'm kind of going in the order that I would put them on my face, but I have foundation. This is the oldest foundation that I have in my collection. It's kind of a theme here, and I've used quite a bit. You can kind of see down the glass jar. I'm not sure how much is in here. I can kind of see down the glass jar. It's harder to see like on the inside of this one. This is a really nice foundation. This is by e.l.f. and this is in the shade Porcelain. I think the name is Alabaster now because they've changed the like shade names and range. This is the Flawless Finish Foundation. It has a SPF of 15. I do like this one. I could see myself repurchasing this in the future, just in a different shade. For like correctors, I don't have a concealer I necessarily want to move out of my collection right now, but I do have this guy. This is a Mega Cushion by Wet n Wild, and it is a pain in the butt to open and get into. I think it works all right, but it's too much work when I'd rather just use the Pixie like peach brightening one. So I just really would like to use this up and get it out of the collection because it's kind of bulky. I mean, which one would you rather have in your collection? This big bulky guy or this little glass pot? Just saying. I just want to move this one out. Now for powders, I have the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder. I am working on this one in the like 5 pans for the Isabel Thornton thing. So if you want to see like the beginning of this, it is on my Instagram. But I figured I could go ahead and finish this up. This, again, is the oldest powder that I've had in my collection at this time. I guess we'll go ahead and do some face products. I am going to use up the Benefit Watts Up. I may not finish this up completely, but I'm gonna try my damnedest to finish it up because this is literally the only well, I have the Benefit Professional that they gave me for my birthday. And that along with this are the only makeup items I have that are not cruelty free. I do have like a NARS item, but it was when NARS was cruelty free, so eventually I'll work that out, but it's a multi-stick kind of like this thing. There is a ton of product in this, so I'm honestly, I don't think I can use this much cream highlight, to be honest. I love this product. I have had it a little while, so I am just going to work through it, get as much as I can used up of it, and then whatever's left at the end of the year is left, and I'm not going to continue to use this in 2018. My collection will be 100% cruelty-free by 2018. Because trying to use a cream highlight is not insane enough, I do want to hit pan on another highlight. This is actually a bronzer by Wet n Wild in Reserve Your Cabana. It's really pretty. It's a super like subtle type of highlight. I really like it. A lot of people use it to set their whole face. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. We'll see. I am gonna experiment with it and see if I can. I do have a tiny dip started in the center of it. I don't know if you can really, if the light will catch it. The little sun spot here is kind of gone. But I do just want to hit pan on this one. I'm fine with not finishing up a whole pan of highlight, especially a huge one like this. But I do want to hit pan on this. I've had it for a while and I do really like it. I just neglect it because I use other things. For eyes, I've got a lot of products. Oh, this is an eyebrow. So we'll do this one first. The e.l.f. Eyebrow Pencil. This is a decent pencil. I don't have a problem with it at all. And for $2, you can't beat it. This is how much is left. I was gonna try to pan the Tarte one that they sent me for free, but it has more product in it than what this one does. So I thought, this one's older, let me use it up, and then I'll go back to using the Tarte one and use it up. I would repurchase these though. I don't have an issue with them at all. I think it's a great color for me. What color is this one? This is in deep brown, and I like that it has the spoolie on the end. So thumbs up. Just, I don't want to have a lot of brow products because I don't need a lot of brow products. Now for eyeshadow, I have an eyeshadow primer. This is the Lorac Behind the Scenes primer. I actually have 2 of these. I worked through a couple other eyeshadow primers this year. I've used quite a bit of this one. I think I can finish this one up by the end of the year. And then next year I have 2 more I have one of these and a Shadow Insurance that I can use up then. I haven't bought eyeshadow primer in years because of these samples. They just last so long. So I just want to finish this one up, get it out of the collection, get these eyeshadow primers out so that I can buy one that I want to use. Now with the eyeshadow primer, I am using up this shade. I don't think the Viseart ones have names. This came in a busted Viseart palette, the Neutral Matte. I have the full palette now. So this is this shade. Oh, it's this one. No, it's this one. From the Viseart palette. This is the Neutral Matte. I love this palette and I love this shadow. It's great for all over the lid. So it's a nice lid shade that I can really work through. This is one that's in the makeup challenge for September too. So you can kind of see a better picture of how shallow the pan already is when I'm starting it. And I want to hit pan on this at least by the end of the September project, but completely use it by the end of this year. For liners, I did pick 2. I have the Lorac Front of the Line Pro. Is that what it's called? Yeah! In black, there is still quite a bit of product used in left in this one. I did use a whole one of these. This is just a sample size too, or a deluxe sample size. I have used a whole one already this year. There's a lot of product in this one. Ugh. But that's how much is there. I only tightline with this. I don't actually like put it on the outside of my lids. It just doesn't work there for me. So I do want to go ahead and work through this one. I have plenty of black liners to work through. That's why it's in the project, and this is the smallest, so it just makes life easy to use up the sample size one. I also have a sample of the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I got this as one of my point perks. It's still like on there when I initially... It seems like a decent liner. I've never used it, and it is just this little sample size. So I figured I could use it along with my, ooh, it has a little shaker in there, along with my Vamp stamp to get some use out of it and get it out of the collection. It seems to work really well. I mean, I just did that, and it's not smudging, so I imagine it'll work fine on my hooded lids. Hoping. Lastly, for eyes, I have a mini of the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. This is a free sample that they sent along when I bought something, I don't even remember, Ulta. This is an alright mascara. I've used it for the past couple of days. I have to say that this comes off a lot easier at the end of the night than Urban Decay's Perversion. I was gonna just use the Perversion until it was completely gone, but I thought This is a newer sample. I've never personally had lights, camera, lashes, so let me give it a go, see what it's about. I like it. I think it's good for days that I'm not wearing a lot of eyeshadow or makeup. It looks more natural than Perversion does. I don't know if I'd purchase a full size of this one though. I like Perversion more, but I will definitely get this used up by the end of the year for sure. For lips, we have 3 products. I have the Urban Decay Glide On Pencil in Ozone. This one is one that's in my September project for Isabel Thornton. I can definitely use this one up by the end of the year. I just have to make sure that I'm actively using it. Then I decided to put in the ColourPop Lippy Stick in Tootsie. I love this shade, but it is kind of like intense for me for work, it feels sometimes. I have to be willing to wear a lip color like this. I prefer just a nudie color, but this is one of my older lip products, and I haven't bought ColourPop lipsticks at all this year except the Marshmallow shade. So this is old and I need to just go ahead and work through it. I like the product, so why not? And I'm also going to use the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Athens. This is another one of the products where it's just an older lip product. And it layered on top of Tootsie is more of the shade that I wear on an everyday basis. So I think pairing these two together will let me really work through it. I know that if I focus on it, I could... it might take me a month and a half tops to finish this guy up. So... I know I can finish this, and this one is one that's on my like to use up in 2017 list too, so gonna get that out of here. Lastly, for makeup, I have my Urban Decay makeup setting spray, and this is the D-Slick. I pulled it off of here. I'm not sure how much is in there. I know it's like down here. There's not a whole lot. This is one that I have in the project for September. The container's looking dingy and it's older. I have mixed other products in with this one because I like them just as well. So I just want to use this one up and kind of try some other setting sprays, see what I think about them. Lastly, this is an item that's on the September challenge. This is the Clean Reserve scent in Terra Woods. I am really a big fan of these Clean Reserve scents, and this one, I felt like this was one of my least favorite ones out of the collection that I got. But as I've wore this more often every day, I really do like this scent. And I've already gone past the like halfway mark on here, and it was almost full when I started at the beginning of this month. So this is 2 weeks of wear for me. I'm sure I'll have this finished by the end of the month, but I did just want to kind of throw it in the project. And those are the 18 products that I want to use up before 2018. So hope you guys are ready for another project pan from me. It has been a while. I'm sorry. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video though. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.